6. Hey, how's it going? Inaccurate shooter, Chuck and Steel. Rex, how you doing, bro? Thanks, dude. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, he's kind of back. I'm gonna try to start getting some videos done starting next week, but I figured I would come back in. Seeing that live yesterday, watching all you guys have so much fun, chatting with Chuck and Steel and Benji and all the gang. I was and Mikey. I had to come back out here and just show everyone I'm still alive. First couple shots I've taken with a slingshot in well over a month, so I got a big 60 in the catch box right there, so I don't look so terrible. But anyway, once we warm up a little bit, we'll try to get some shots done with a smaller target. Feeling pretty good though. Maybe for that little red dot in the middle there, I seem to be popping it quite a few times. How you do, Kevin? Double D's, what's up, bro? Tennessee slanging. How you doing, bro? Well, how am I doing? It's been a struggle out here. I got to tell you that much. Canada, well, same for you guys down in the U.S. The political deal here is an absolute shit show, and pretty much week by week, everything's going up from gas all the way up to well, everything. So basically, I used to fill up my gas tank at $1.60 a liter. Now I'm up to $2.09 a liter. So if you times 209 by 3.78, we're pretty close to $8 a liter in gas, a gallon of gas for you guys, if you down south, if you can imagine. And I do 100K a day, every single day, back and forth to work. So basically, when you do the math on that, my gas bill's gone up quite a bit, but that also shows up on food and everything with their carbon tax that we've been getting nailed with. So it's been pretty interesting. So we're just going to try to hang in there, and hopefully we can get past this bump, toss these clowns out of office, and get a nice conservative government over here to try to fix things that they screwed up. But we'll see how it goes. So basically what I've been doing, instead of coming out here shooting, is getting some overtime in as often as I can, because well, groceries are pretty crazy. I don't know if you guys have seen the post, but I think Chuck and Steel was talking about it. I had one bag of groceries cost me $136, and all I had in it was some chicken breast, some bacon, and the rest of it was vegetables. It was terrible. 136 bucks. Anyway, enough of that trash. We don't need to talk about that kind of crap. But anyway, so what's everyone been shooting lately? And you guys were talking about some Juggernaut thing. I've been pretty much gone. What is this all about? Fill me in, or somebody fill me in anyway. So is that with the 6 of you guys were talking about, with all the challenges that you've done? You're doing like a recap over the year, I'm assuming. It seems pretty cool. Well, it sounds really cool. So today I'm shooting the Enlivener from Sniper Sling. Brought this guy out of retirement. It's been a while since I shot this guy. And I got some Sniper Sling bands, but I made these bands so long ago I don't even remember. I don't even remember what they are. They feel kind of heavy though. They might be either 0.5 or 0.6. And we're testing out some constrictor knots because I've been having problems with my elastic, my crystal string, and this seems to be, I don't know, seems to be holding pretty good. Oh, very cool. Challenge 14. Wow. Yeah, I was doing I was doing a lot of the grizzly you know, the live shooting tournaments. I was doing those for a while. I was kind of like onto my last stages of the last one of the last challenges. I don't even know where they are now. But I had to bail. I was having problems with my wrist again, and I just didn't have time to shoot it all, and I was just thinking it up. And anyway, it is what it is. I don't even know what the whole issue was. I know some of you were following the issue before, but I injured my wrist. And I originally thought it had something to do with shooting too long or whatever it was. It might have been the thing that aggravated it. I don't know. But just the other day, I was out walking, just like, you know, arms swinging, carrying, taking my dog for a walk. And my wrist started to hurt out of the blue, just like for nothing. So I don't know. But then it was gone the next day again. It's really weird. I don't know what it is. I got some ligament issue or something that I gotta have to address at some point. Oof. Yep. But those live challenges are a lot of fun, and they're actually pretty tough. There's something about that live that really gets you thinking about your shots sometimes, but it's fun and definitely challenging. It was actually funny. One of the things that we had to do was shoot a 40 mil flipper, and out of how many shots you actually make impact out of 10 shots live. Did a warm up. I hit like 13 or 14 in a row. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go, let's do it. Get out there, take my shots. I missed 4, landed 6, and I was like, oh, I can't believe it. Anyway, live is live. It is what it is. No cheating. So I post a video, and I'm like, what the hell happened? I don't understand. I was really doing well. Went out, took my shots again, hit a personal record at 24 in a row. And anyway, it is what it is. The live button, the added stress, you know, having having it work, having it, you know, wear on you, I guess, a little bit, kind of messes you up a little bit. But it's definitely fun. Anybody who's worried about their rep or whatever it is, shooting live, man, put that crap away. Just enjoy yourself. Get out and have some fun. Yeah, absolutely. Doing it live is a challenge on its own. And the live does make it a lot tougher for sure. Them being live makes it fun for the newbies to ask questions. Rex, anytime you guys have questions, don't even wait for these lives to ask those questions. Just ask them. Anybody who's anybody in this community will help you out for sure. Oh wow. What's your record? Guess we're gonna have to knock that guy down. $38. Wow. That's crazy. I'm feeling so rusty today. It's really bad. It's really bad. I got like a good 5 or 6 misses on that 60 mil flipper back there. I don't know if we'll be switching to the 40 today. Maybe. We'll see. All of this feels so foreign. Oh, there we go. There's another one. So I got something pretty cool coming in the mail. Should be at my house in a couple of days. How's it going, Chad? Doing good, man. Yeah, well, since I started up this whole thing, I think I just missed one, but I think I missed about 5 or 6 so far. Learned a lot from your poach tying video. Oh, thanks, man. There's a few of them that there's a couple of them that I think I should probably redo. I had what do you call it? I did a video on draw length and how to tune your bands and whatnot. I think I might redo those ones. Although they were doing really well for me, those videos, but I think they're a little bit outdated, and I don't think I was clear enough in some of those videos. I've had people ask questions about how I calculate my my draw length and all this stuff, and in other videos I've talked about how to find your max elongation and whatnot, but I didn't mention it in that video. But I don't know, maybe I'll redo it. I don't know, but these the pouch time videos, it was a good little mini series. I actually enjoyed doing that one. How's it going, Largo? Yeah, so has anybody ever heard of Delta 9 slingshots? I got a frame coming from them to do a review on, and I think I'm going to be testing it out and reviewing it pretty soon. It should be at my house sometime next week, I think. Well, all depends on customs, but we'll see. But it's a pretty cool design. The guy makes his own designs. He's got some cool things on them, some adjustable sights that don't get in the way or have any screws that you really got to mess with too much. And it's got a magnet down at the bottom of the handle, so you can actually put your ammo on there. I'm pretty excited to see something new and fresh with some cool things on there. So should be pretty fun to test out. They're based out of the USA. It's an American company. The guy who owns the company is in Pennsylvania. He's out of Pennsylvania. He's a retired police officer. So I'm pretty excited to test these things out. Oh. There we go. Woo. The trifle for OTT wrap and tuck. My bands with Amber Belt. Whoop, come back here. My bands last forever now. Yeah, I was using Amberbelt for a while, and I really swore by it. And then I started having some issues with the Amberbelt cutting my bands. So then I switched back to crystal string and just doing a couple of extra wraps, and that was working really good for a long time. And now all of a sudden I'm having problems with it. I can't really figure out what the hell's going on. So I went back to the constrictor knot. That's what I got going on here. And so far so good. I'm getting many shots out of them, and with no issues. But who knows? I don't know what to say. I don't know what changed with the other ones. I know the Amberbelt that I got before was kind of thicker, and and when you stretched it, it kind of snapped back. This new stuff that I have, when you stretch it, it kind of stays stretched. So that might be the issue. So I think what I'll do is I'll see if I can buy another roll from another supplier and see if I can get back to it, or I don't know. I don't know what'll work. Maybe I'll just stick with the constrictor knot. It's pretty easy to tie. Seems to hold pretty well. I'm not getting any slipping at all, so that's good. Yeah, that's pretty good. What materials am I using for my constrictor knot? I'm actually using butcher's cord, like something you'd use to tie up a chicken, with 1 millimeter diameter. It seems to be holding up really great. I've tried using the wax thread. I've tried using the inner strands of paracord. The wax thread held pretty good, but if you tied it too tight, it would cut right through your bands. So I went away from that, and then I started using paracord, but the paracord inner strands slipped on me, so I got away from that too. But these cords are holding up real well. Caddyshack Hunter has a secret to... Yeah, you know what? I used to do the same thing by pulling the things and having it roll over at the edges. That was fine. That worked really good too with my original one, and that's what I used to do. But when I switched over to this other spool, if it doesn't constantly put pressure on there, then it invites a spot for it to slip and slide on the inside and causes wear, and you get early failures from it. And anyway, his trick actually works if you've got a good quality Amberbelt. Oh yeah, fly tie might work too, yeah, for sure. Which .4 are you using? The Sniper Sling .4? That stuff shoots beautiful. I think on my first roll, on my first band set that I tried, I got 600 shots out of it. It was fantastic. I mean, they weren't tuned down to be super fast, but I just cut them at the width of the band and set them up. They were pretty nice. I had a lot of extra snap on them, or a lot of extra stretch. But man, what a great band! Ooh, another one. There we go. Yeah, I find on a lot of these misses, I'm catching myself anchoring in the wrong spot for some reason. I don't know, weird. Hey, thanks, Matt. The crystal string doesn't seem to last as well as just strips of band. Yeah, you know what? I did a little test back in the day with some wrap and tuck on the pouch end, and yeah, it kind of makes the pouch end chunky and it's a little bit slower. But I never ever had any kind of slipping or messing about with that. It just worked and lasted long. Yeah, the South Wales Caddies 0.4. It's pretty nice. I just find it's a little bit light for me. Just a little bit light, but it seems to be shooting really well. I think what I'll do is I'll tune them down to be a little bit shorter so they feel a little bit heavier for me, and I think I'll get a pretty good result with it. Hey, how's it going? The .55 South Wales Caddies is some of the best bands I've ever shot. Burn the end of the crystal strings. They never come off after a burn. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Jordan's actually from South Wales Caddies is a really good guy. I was very, very honored to be able to test out his elastic when he first started coming out with it, and had a whole bunch of different bands that I did some testing with, and all of them shot really, really well. I had there's only one that he never actually kept, that it was a bit of an issue. It was a .5, I believe, blue, like a dark blue. It shot better than the yellow that I tested, but for some reason it would just explode in odd spots, and we were getting these funny holes and tears in the elastic. So something was inconsistent in the mixture. But he pulled that one out right away. I told him about it and I said, look, this one's no good. And he's like, yep, I've had the same experience, and he eliminated it. But all the elastic that I've tried from South Wales Caddy has been bang on. Really great stuff. Yep, Sniper Sling still one of my top bands out there. Sniper Sling, Gong Chi, South Wales Caddies. I can probably not even bother with any other brand, and I'd be happy with that. Oh, man. So I'm gonna need you guys to bring me up to speed here. So what have I missed in this last month or so? I haven't seen too many videos or anything going on. I just haven't had the time. Anybody coming out with anything new, or what's the deal? What's my go-to band when the snow flies? Well, let's say for example I'm shooting. I'm like today. I'm shooting. I'm assuming it's .5 Sniper Sling. It might be .6. Can't really remember what I made these out of, but I tend to stay away from all the anti-cold bands. I've tried a whole bunch of them. I've tested a whole bunch of them. Yes, the draw weight's heavier and all that stuff, but I find I don't get any more life out of them than I do a regular band. Basically, what I do is I just pop up a size. So if I'm shooting 0.5 now, I go to 0.6, keep all the same dimensions, and that's it. That's pretty much what I do in wintertime. I'm a firm believer that these anti-cold bands and all that stuff is just a gimmick. Ooh, nice. Oh, wow, I'm going to have to check that out. Omega Sling's website is up and running now. Awesome. 0.5, 280, 9.5 sniper sling, 0.4 Southwest caddies for clay. Feel about the same for me. Yeah, that's true. The color might make actually a difference. I mean, up here where it gets really really cold, I don't know. When you're because for us, I mean, wintertime it gets to -30. We have a few weeks of -30, usually about a week of -40, which is -40 Fahrenheit for you guys down there, and or yeah. Anyway, and that's cold. That's cold weather, but we usually get a week or two of that in wintertime as well. So there'll be no shooting in there, but I do shoot -20 often. No, man, I've been gone for a month at least, just off of social media and everything as a whole. But uh, anyway, yeah, I knew that it was coming, but I didn't know that it was up yet. My last few weeks of shooting, I think my last 3 weeks, I only shot. I only shot like 1 day a week, and that was only for the Grizzly slingshot tournament thing. I had no other time to do it otherwise. I just didn't know anything about anything. Really, you've had that problem with Southwest caddies? I haven't had any of that yet. I should probably clear that up. Matt says, I have 55.55 Southwest caddies and cannot get on with it. It breaks in odd places compared with sniper sling. I haven't had that. I haven't experienced that yet, but I've had with other bands. And anyway, yeah. Yeah, well, I would rather not go out in that kind of weather either. -40 is cold as hell. You can actually take your coffee in the morning, just chuck it up in the air, and it falls down as brown snow. It's crazy. Yeah, that's some cold weather. But yeah, that's a Canada problems, you know. Sniper Sling really makes some great bands, man. Yeah, makes some great bands. Actually, I think a good part of about all of this this whole sport is that a lot of times you can get sniper sling bands, or you can get Southwest caddies, you can get Gongchi, you can get simple shot, you can get a bunch of things. It doesn't really matter in the end, but once you get settled on one of these things and you're actually buying them from the guy and you can actually talk to the guy, and a lot of these guys that are actually in these businesses are really cool people, really friendly. Omega Slings, like if anybody can't get along with those two dudes, I don't know what the hell's going on, you know. But really, it just makes that part of the sport so much better. Now, can you imagine if you were buying all your gear off of an Amazon type place where you never really get to talk to anybody or see them shoot or test out their products or bounce questions off them? It would suck. All right, I'm gonna bring you on down there. Let's see if we can zero in on that 40 mil flipper now and embarrass myself a little further. Let's see how it goes. All right, if we can start hitting that on a regular, then maybe we'll switch down to a 30. But I got my doubts. Yeah. Let's see if we can. I don't know if you can see everything down there. Hold on a second. Let's get this one down. Yeah, Chuck still makes a good point here. He says band life boils down to the person who is tying mostly. The odd breaking in the middle being the exception. Agreed, but even that can boil down to a dull rotary cutter. Once you start getting a flat spot and they start sticking in the middle, you can start having odd breaks there too. All right. I gotta tell, I got too much light going on here, guys. Can you see the catch box over there? Oh, I think I see it. Maybe I could turn it just a little bit like that. All right, ATO versus 40 mil flipper. See if we can get 1 out of 3. Oh, there's one. Oh, that was just low. Oh, 3 on 5. I'll take that. Not so bad. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that slingshot from Delta 9 slingshots. Seems to be some fresh new designs. Looks pretty good. It's going to be fun. It's nice to pick something up from some of my American brothers too, which is going to be pretty nice. And we'll see how it goes. So I think probably next weekend I got to go visit my dad. It's his birthday. But maybe on the Sunday when we get back, I'll take it out in the woods for a test run first. We'll just do some random shooting with it and see what we can do. Maybe I'll get my my son and my dog out with us too, and we'll have some fun, cook some lunch. Might be a little bit of fun. Oh man. Whew. All right, so Chuck and Steel, I got to ask you, this this 701, what exactly is that? Is that a new one of your frames that has just come out, or what? I'm gonna have to check that out, or if you can, send me a picture in on Messenger or something. I'd like to check it out and see what frame you got. Oh man, a couple of misses there. Not so bad. Hey, how's it going, Mikey? If I was starting from scratch today, is there anything I would change in my approach to learning the game? Nope, probably nothing. The one thing I gotta say is, I guess I started shooting around 2018 is when I got my first black flat band slingshot. I shot out the two bands, and I didn't shoot again until February 2019, and that's when everything took off for me, where I bought my first real slingshots and started going from there. But it was basically everything that I learned. I didn't know anybody who shot slingshots. I didn't know anybody who had any kind of history shooting slingshots. So everything that I've learned was kind of self-learned, self-taught, I guess. And back when I started, there really wasn't that many people doing videos, like explanation videos and all that kind of thing. So I ended up starting this thing called the Quest for Accuracy vlog. Well, I think it was like for the first 14 or 15 videos that I did one every single day, shooting 50 shots at a 30 mil flipper, trying to see how many hits I can get out of 50 shots. And I posted a couple of misses, but mostly hits. And I think my first round was 8, and slowly but surely, as I was doing this shooting, I picked up little tips and tricks, and I started going and practicing myself and videotaping myself and trying to see what happens with the pouch when I put my elbow down or my elbow up. And I started realizing that, you know, if you're looking at your frame, you want to have everything nice and balanced all the way through to make sure you got your pull nice and even. And that was the start of it. And then it was all about figuring out your release. Now, coming from you know, shooting rifles and handguns and then shooting archery, the release part of it, I took a lot of those things in my shot sequence. Even golf. I mean, when you're walking up to a golf ball, you have your I don't know what they call it, how you approach the ball, you set your feet, you get your grip, you get your bend over, you got to make sure everything's the same. Well, all of these tips and tricks I applied to sling shooting, and well, here I am today. So the only thing that I wish I could do is actually go out and shoot with guys like Chuck and Steel or other people, any other shooters even in my neighborhood, because you just start talking to people, and all of a sudden ideas pop into your head, and then you figure things out. That's why you see in a lot of martial arts, you can get your belt, get up to one of the higher belts, and then after that you have to earn some of those belts through teaching as well, because you actually learn something while you're trying to teach others. And anyway, when I started doing it and how I was approaching things and all that stuff, I'd do videos of them, hand them out to you guys, and some of you liked it, some of you didn't. I got some varying information back from people, but that's all fine. It was part of a learning experience for me and for you guys, so I think it kind of worked out. But I wouldn't change anything. Ah, dude, you're the best, man. Greetings from Italy. Always a pleasure to see you shoot. Great videos. from a great guy. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you. Oh, man. You guys do rock. Three stars in a sling. Yeah, dude, I'm feeling kind of like a fish out of water today. I was doing some shooting today, and I'm actually not shooting so bad. I thought it was gonna be way worse, but it feels really weird. Everything feels different, but it could just be that I was shooting a lot of the Titan Hunter before I went on my little sabbatical, and now this frame just feels kind of strange. It might not just be the frame; it could just be me being. I got some steel rust going on here. Some slinger's rust. Oh, if it's a Chalice style frame, I'm gonna be happy. I love Chalice style frames. Really cool design. I bet it is. What do I think of the Catapult Carnage frames? Well, the medium Titan Hunter is probably one of my favorite frames. I put it in my top 3 for sure, alongside the Cygnus and this guy here. I love that frame. The Titan Hunter, medium Titan Hunter, is one of my favorites. Pre-shot routine. Oh, just cut the side of that one. That was terrible. Glad that shot was live. I think I missed the target by 6 inches. There we go. So just before I took my break, I was actually working on a two-position anchor point. So basically, I put my finger here, and I try to reach over and touch my finger on my beard or on the edge of my beard, right here. And I found it was actually a little bit better, because you could tell if you were like a little farther back or a little close, just by the way my hand kind of goes. It always touched my beard. But then I noticed that my beard, after a couple of weeks, tends to go a little bit wider until I trim it back, and that was kind of a mess up. I'm still kind of working on it to find 2 clean spots where I can get my thumb on there. So get my thumbnail on my anchor point, and then I don't know. I got to figure it out, but I want to find a way to make my anchor more consistent every single time. We'll see how it goes. Anybody else try that? Getting a double reference anchor point. Pre-shot routine. Basically, my pre-shot routine is this. I think to myself, I'm going to go shoot. I put a whole bunch of steel on my magnet, and I go out and shoot. That's pretty much it. That's all I do. I usually take maybe 20 shots just to warm up on a larger target or whatever it is, like I was doing earlier today. And then I shrink down to something, and then I really try to focus in on my shots and get those going. But that's it. Between long and short draw, what bands feels the best for me? Short draw, I always shoot Gongchi White. Absolutely love it. It's actually pretty good on long draw too. But I tend to go lighter on long draw when I'm stretching out. When I'm shooting long draw, I like to shoot a full butterfly, and I pinch the ball behind here, and I'm stretching out that way. If that kind of makes any sense. So I tend to go a little bit lighter .4 bands is just fine for me when I get to that. All right. I got one more shot on here, and then I'm gonna have to go down there and reload. Let's see if we can get a hit on there, and then we'll reload the magnet. Wah, wah. All right, let's go down there. All right, that should do for a little while anyway. I used to have a weight on the bottom of this stand here, and I didn't have to worry about it flopping over on me or anything, but now it seems to be giving me a little bit of trouble. What do I find the fastest band for 9.5 steel? I shoot a .8 Shishu at the moment, and it shoots flat, going good distance, but I would like to try something a little lighter to draw and concentrate on technique. Well, the fastest bands I've tried for 9.5 millimeter steel were Sniper Sling Black. There is a longevity issue with Sniper Sling Black, and they tend to be a little bit on the heavy side, but I actually shot pretty well at them. But I was reaching like 315 feet per second, per minute, per second with those bands, and that was pretty, they're pretty intense. I mean, they were really, really fast, but I do have longevity issues with the Black. So, I don't know if you were saying if you're a long draw shooter or a short draw shooter, but yeah. But I mean, if you're just looking for good speed or decent speed with a lighter draw, I would definitely drop down in weight to like 0.65. Using Sniper Sling Yellow or Sniper Sling Yellow would be 0.7, so 6.5. What's a good band with that? Oh, South Wales Caddies, their 0.65 Black is really, really nice. Drop down to one of those sizes. You'll still get really good speeds that you can hunt with. Just ate a bug, and it'll be a lighter draw. Getting the maximum speed. Yuck. Getting the maximum speed is kind of fun and cool when you're blowing up things in your backyard, but the heavy draw weights that come with that aren't that great. South Wales Caddies also has a 0.75 that's pretty damn nice. I did a review on that band. You can check it out on YouTube. It's up there, and it's a great band. I like shooting Sumki 0.45 for long draw. You know what? Sumki's 0.45. That's the green apple stuff, right? I think that's the green apple one or the pink one. I can't remember. But the Sumki bands are really, really nice. ATO needs to be in the next group's Sling Den podcast. Oh, it'd be an honor to do that again, for sure. Short draw, 25, 20 taper, short draw. I'm a 25-15 guy. I found I get more speed out of it, but 25-20, definitely if you're shooting in wintertime when it's really, really cold. Yeah, I saw one of those things that he was doing. Chris was doing a dual what do you call it, anchor point, and I'm in in archery. A lot of times, like especially if you're shooting a compound bow, I pull my I guess the webbing of my hand locks into the back of my jaw, and then I got my peep sight, and it crosses right through the center of my nose on the string. which gives me actually 3 points of reference, which is pretty nice. So if we could just find 2 in slingshots, that would be even better, I think. But really, anchoring in the correct spot every single time makes a huge difference. Oof, little flinchy there. Not too bad though. 3 out of 4. All right, we got a wonky one there. Oh, I can't believe I made that shot. That's 9 out of 10, I think. Just keep it going until I make another miss. Oh, I just caught the edge of that one, but it didn't flip. I'll call that a miss. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, I think if I can actually figure out how to get that all settled, it'll be pretty interesting to see what the anchor will do. Is that a custom shot pendant? This guy here? Nope. I've actually bought this from Sniper Sling. It came with a funny little hook to hook up onto your belt. But I don't often wear a belt, and it's fallen off a few times, so it caused me some issues. So I decided to put it as a necker. I just threw a little bit of paracord through the loop, and man, I absolutely love this thing now. It couldn't be any better as far as I'm concerned. Whenever I'm looking for something to wrap around my neck, that's what I'm doing. I prefer when I'm shooting just to come right here, load my pouch, and then take my shot. Having them here instead of digging around in my pocket, sometimes you gotta get uncomfortable, move around funny. I just like everything to be within arm's reach. It's very quick and easy to get going. Killing it, bro. Yeah, thanks, man. It actually felt pretty good having a nice little run like that. I wasn't thinking I was gonna be getting one of those today. You have one similar as this one, Rex? Really, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. As long as you got a magnet that's going to grab onto all that stuff and get you shooting, that's good enough. Yeah, I think the last thing you want to be doing is fumbling around for your ammo or dropping things on the floor or anything like that while you're trying to set up for your next shot, especially when you're concentrating on doing a live or in a tournament or something like that. And I think it's probably your best bet is to shoot when you're practicing the same way you would shoot in a tournament. Just always keeping it repetitive like that would be the best bet. Yeah, I've got a couple more band speed tests coming up. They're going to be probably .4 sniper sling and .4 Southwest Caddies is next on deck for the band testing. I've also got a bunch of pouches in from West Mitchell. I'm going to be doing a basically another test of pouch weight and versus speed, ammo speed. We're gonna go through that. I got a whole bunch of what do you call them, pouches that are all the same exact size. And the way there can be no discrepancies on that thing. We can find out the best way to gain the best speed out of your ammo with your setup. So it should be pretty interesting, and we'll see how that goes. Plus, we got that Delta 9 catapults or slingshots coming in, which should be pretty fun. And hopefully I can get back to releasing at least one video a week pretty soon. We'll see how it goes. That was bad. Oh, man. How does it feel going live again, bud? It's been missed by the community for sure. Oh, but thanks, man. It feels really good. Man, I was watching you guys live yesterday, and I was like, man, I missed this. I got to get back. I got to get back at least with a live. Maybe I'll do that more and more until I can get some more time to actually put together videos. But when I'm in the process of making videos, just to go through my process, it's kind of stupid maybe on my end, but basically what I do is I collect all my ideas on a piece of paper, and then I put them all into order like an outline, like you would do when you're writing an essay. And then I pick a location or whatever it is, and I go there, I film the video, go through all the points that I want to talk about. If there's anything in there that I've picked up along the way while I'm out there, I'll mention those too. Then I'll collect all my stuff, drive on home, and then get through the video, do all the editing, make everything, get rid of some dead time and dead space, try to condense the video down, because I usually leave with like 2 hours of footage, and going through all that footage and creating a 10-minute video is it takes a long time. It usually takes me somewhere around 10 hours to finish the edit from start to finish. Edit to upload is like 10 hours of messing around with it from time to time. So yeah, maybe 8 to 10 hours. So maybe what I'll do is I'll come in with a few more lives here and there, and hopefully everyone will enjoy the live shooting and the chatting. And anyway, it is what it is, but it feels great to be back, and I'm so glad so many of you guys stopped by to chat with me today. It's really cool. I tell you, having a slingshot in my hands after all that time feels really great. It's been like a month since I've actually held on to a slingshot. It's crazy. Alrighty, buddy. Take care, JB. Thanks for stopping in, man. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, thanks, Rex. So if you guys don't mind joining me on these lives from time to time, then I'll definitely be doing them, along with trying to squeeze in a video from time to time. But should be fun. I was kind of disappointed actually this year. Nothing seemed to work out properly. I was planning on doing another long trip through Northern Ontario in a canoe. But things kind of fell through, and I just didn't feel like I was in good enough shape to do a good 40 kilometer trip through the backcountry with a canoe and my son to do it. So I started getting my walks in and getting back into shape. And anyway, I'm still a plus size model, but I can actually walk like 10 kilometers straight now without an issue, which is pretty nice. So started putting on a backpack on my walks when I'm taking my dog for a walk in the morning. We do like a little on the weekends we do a 5K in the morning and a 5K in the afternoon. But in the morning I usually do like a 2K before I go to work. I leave the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. I've already got 2K under my belt, wearing this giant backpack. But anyway, the season's too late this year to get another backpacking trip in, but I'll be doing one next year for sure. It'll be fun. I'll bring the camera, put a video together. We'll also bring some slingshots so we can get some shooting done over the campfire at nighttime. Should be fun. Tennessee slanging. I love you, bro. You're the best. The snow's not too far away, man. No joke. Last week, we had temperatures that were in around the 40 degree plus 40 with the Humidex. This week in the morning, it was down to 9 degrees. So the shift has happened. It won't be long before there's snow, and the ice fishing rods come out. But yeah, it is very green. That's for sure. I can't believe I missed that one. Oh, I thought we were on another tear there. All right, take care, Rex. Thanks for stopping in, man. I'll see you again soon live, hopefully. Whew. You know what? Getting tired of this 40 mil flipper. I think we're gonna set up that pheasant head, take some shots at that guy for a little bit. It's been a while. I love that target. You guys remember this guy? Yeah, I see him giving you the stink eye. Yeah, we're gonna take him out. I don't even know if you guys can see him all the way down there. See if we can find a good spot for this camera without blowing over. Yeah. Here we go. Still not close enough. Let's back up a little bit. There we go. Can you guys see him over there, just in line with the chair? See if we can get him. Let me know if you can see him wiggle. Just to the left. There we go. You guys able to see him wiggle there? Where did I get that pheasant head? That pheasant head came from slingshooting.com. That's where I got it from. I've hit that thing well over 2,000 times at least, and it's still going strong. Not a problem at all. And I actually bought an extra head because I was worried about it dying, like the ones I was getting from GZK. And not a chance. That's still the original head on there. I left it out all winter long. It's still taking a beating, and it's still ready to go. Fantastic. Yep, I've got one of the ones from Wasp also. It's like a little black head about this big with a little string on it, attaches it, and it'll spin around. Hey, Northeast Slingshots, how you doing, bro? And I've put a beating on that thing too. Not a problem at all. But the ones from GZK, it looks like a little square pheasant head on top of that spring. Usually within 50, 60 shots or 50, 60 hits, I start popping holes in them, and then they just start to fall apart. Well, you know what? The bowl setup, pheasant head, has its cons and its pros. I guess basically the pros is pretty much indestructible. I'd be shocked if you actually tore it up, popped a hole in it or whatever it is. I hit that thing like at least 2,000 times or more. Still going strong. But if you're on uneven ground, it'll fall down and it'll only come up halfway. Sometimes it stays down. I've had it one time where I hit it so hard it knocked it down and it rolled down a hill because of the weight on it. So it does have its issues. But I think in a perfect world, if we can get one with a spike and a spring, like a GZK has, but with one of those heads on it, that would be the best pheasant head ever invented. Just my opinion. Oh, nice. You guys are shooting together and watching me at the same time? Yeah, the hanging ones are good. Take care, Benji. Thanks for stopping in, bro. Yeah, that might be the way to go. I'm going to see if I can find some good spring, some good heavy gauge spring steel and stick that big head on there with a thread. I'll thread the end and stick that big head on there and see if we can get something to flop around in the woods with us. Because that would be absolutely great. The pheasant head on this guy. the bell part of it's got a good weight into it, so you definitely know you're carrying it. There we go. Stick one in his face. Oh. Gets a little tricky when he turns facing you. The profile gets really thin. It's about the width of a 2.5 millimeter flipper. Oh, again, just missed him. Yep, having trouble. Take care, Inaccurate Shooter. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming by, stopping in. You stay beautiful. Don't tell me what to do. You know what's funny? I find whenever I'm lining up, there seems to be a specific distance like if I'm standing like this in exact T and I'm pointing my finger's probably going about a foot behind the pheasant head from where we're at. I find if I step forward and I put my finger right on the pheasant head and I try to shoot from here and get him, I always end up shooting slightly to the right, just missing him. If I step back that foot where he's actually ahead of me a little bit, I tend to make a lot more better contact. Except for that time. But I tend to make much better contact with my target. I never really realized that much. I used to just pivot at the waist until I got to where I needed to go. But it really seems to make a difference on my accuracy of how I line that target up. It's got to be like a foot in front of me and then directly out to the side. Strange. How's it going, Manny? Oh, cool. Good idea. Yeah, let me know. Briggsy says, I might try a wiper blade insert off of a car. They're steel flat rods. I'll let you know how it goes when I try it. Might be pretty interesting. It would be a lot of fun if you can get that working. And you can just buy the spare heads. I think they sell the spare heads for like $6 each. Buy 2 or 3 of those and you're set for life pretty much. With multiple targets. Ooh, right in the noggin. There we go. Any of you guys catch that Grasso-Shevchenko fight last night? I haven't seen it, but I heard it was they called it a split draw or something. And according to the post-fight interview, apparently she thought she had won. And anyway, apparently she thought she won and pretty much said that they got it wrong. But what are you guys' thoughts, if any of you guys saw the fight? It's pretty nice. What are we missing here? Really, eh? I'm gonna see if I can watch it tonight, but I don't know. Not to talk shit about Shevchenko. She's my girl, but she's looked like she's missed a step in the last couple of fights. She's been a little bit on the before she used to destroy everybody, and now it seems like she's a little more mortal. I guess we could say. Where's that catch box? Ah, there it is. Yeah, she seems to be a little bit more mortal now all of a sudden. So maybe it's maybe her championship career is kind of coming to an end. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch the fight though. Yeah, you know what? I think so. I think either she's gotten lazy or she just can't do it anymore. I don't know. We'll have to see how it looks. But I mean, you'd think that they would give her another rematch against Grasso now. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Pride who used to do the extra round. If it became a draw, Pride would do an extra round. I wish they would do that in the UFC too. I know in one of the prelim fights I was watching, the guy was in like a standing guillotine, and they ended up calling the fight when his arm dropped, and then they separated them, and then they called it a no contest or a no judgment or something like that at the end. But I don't know. From where I was standing, it looked like he was on his way out. Kind of disappointing. Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes. Hopefully they reschedule that fight. Was there any other good fights on that card? I didn't see the whole card. I only saw the prelims. Oh. Man, these little bugs drive me crazy. Oh, Brother K, it's kind of a long story, but things have been crazy up here in Canada. I've been trying to pick up some overtime and whatnot. They've been jacking up the taxes nonstop here, and it's causing me it's kind of a nightmare for me. We just finished spending $10,000 on the roof, or almost $12,000, and then got the gutters done on the house. And anyway, they ended up jacking up the carbon tax, which jacks up the tax on absolutely everything. So my expenses went up from about I don't know, probably went up around $550 a month, $600 a month. That used to go right into my bank account, which was kind of nice. But that's gone now, so I've been doing a lot of overtime and all that. But I'll tell you one thing though: all their projections on what they were saying, how much this was going to cost everybody, is full of shit. they're saying around $1,500 a year. I'm probably saying $1,500. I mean, I'm saying it's probably going to be quite more than that, at least double or triple. And they want to drop it up. They want to bump it up to 61 cents a liter on all carbon. So that's your electricity, your everything. So everything is going up, and it's kind of killing me at the moment. But it is what it is. Yeah, it doesn't sound fun at all. But I don't know. It is what it is. You know, it would be nice if they were. You know, if they're going to tax the hell out of us, we'd get something in return, but it's not. It seems to be lining people's pockets everywhere and going to other countries. Sucks, but anyway, it just goes to show the importance of voting. So between that, my son's wrestling, and my new pup, my time was diminished quite a bit, picking up the overtime and all that stuff. And anyway, it is what it is. But now that my son's back to school, it's not so bad. We, you know, the wrestling is still a thing, but not the end of the world. Nah, seems to be happening everywhere, especially in NATO countries, which is kind of sad, because there's kind of like an ideology going on here that's kind of a mess. I don't want to get into the left or right or this or that, because I don't think that's what it's about. I think it's all about just rich people getting richer and poor people becoming their slaves. I really do. Anyway, sadly enough, it seems to be that the world seems to be captured by the uber rich, and that's about it. And it doesn't really matter on which side of the fence you're on. In the end, it's all about the one important party, and that's the money. But anyway, enough of that. It's crazy talk. Yeah. Ooh. So how you been, brother K? You been doing a lot of shooting? I noticed just recently that you added you're going through your collection on your YouTube channel. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm very interested. Oh. Yeah, it's actually pretty sad. There's a lot of people out here to whine and complain about what's going on, but they've already picked a side, and sometimes they've picked a side, sometimes they haven't picked a side, but they just don't vote. So if you're not voting, putting in your 2 cents, then it's one thing to complain about it if the person that you wanted didn't win, or the platform that wanted didn't win, but it's another thing if you don't even vote and then complain about it. Makes no sense. Hey, Chuck and Steel's back. Yeah, bad weather and too much other stuff than shooting. Yeah, we've had the same thing. Just last week, we had 40-degree heat for about 2 weeks straight over here in Canada, and it was absolutely brutal at work. I'm a purchaser at my place for maintenance in my company, and at the same time when stuff is coming in, we're also overseeing the putting it into stock and actually getting the receiving done properly and all this stuff, and adding them to which part of the machine it goes to, and all that. But we don't have any air conditioning in the office, so I've got this tiny little fan kind of blowing on me while I'm sitting there sweating balls all day. And anyway, hopefully we'll wind up in our new office pretty soon. But right now, the temporary 3-month office has gone on to 2 years, so it's a work in progress. But it's been stinking hot here, and today it's pretty nice and cool this morning. Hey, what's up, Steven? Well, on Thursday, I'm hoping to swing by and get my small games license. It's a little warmer, around 25 or 26 today, but it's pretty hot, but nice, not too bad. Hey, what's up, checking? Yeah, it's getting there. Not too bad. Doing some decent shooting. I can't really complain too much. I thought it was going to be an absolute shit show today, considering it's the first time I've put a slingshot in my hand in over a month. But yeah, pretty good. Pretty damn good. Yeah. I'm hoping we can get a nice turnaround going on this year. We've got some... my son's been doing some wrestling this year with some really high level guys for the last 4 months or so. He's been training with some national champions and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited for the season to start. I haven't seen him wrestle in about 4 or 5 months. They don't let parents or other coaches or anything in there. It's just everyone goes and that's it. But my son's been wrestling with some of these guys that are really high level, and they're adults, and he's only 15, and he's beaten some of them now. So it should be pretty cool. I'm really excited for the season to start this year. Oh, picking up a weird habit here. There we go. I'm trying to convince my boss to let me come in with my slingshot and take care of the pigeon problem we have. Yeah, in our area, basically we have to take a hunting safety course, I guess. I took mine for bow. I have my hunting license for my bow. That's set for life. But before we go hunting, we have to buy like this little ticket. I guess it basically says that you're good to go for that year. Small game you just carry on you all the time, and that'll let you hunt things like partridge and rabbit, and I think it's fox. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of them, shooting crows and doves and pigeons and all that stuff. It's all in there. When you get into a deer license, once you get your little tag for that, you shoot your deer, for example, you got to tear half of that off and attach it to your deer right away before you transport it anywhere. That's kind of like basically kind of like our deal that we have here, but for small game, for rabbit and whatever it is, you just have to make sure you have your permit on you. Basically like a fishing license up here in Canada too. It's the same thing. You can go fishing as many times as you want, as long as you stick to your limits. It's not a big problem. So I'm hoping to pick up my small game from Ontario, and I'm going to go over there and get my first hunting videos done with this slingshot here, as long as I don't bounce into the same problem I did last year. I bought all my permits, everything was ready to go, and then sure enough, we ended up, the guy that told me I can hunt on his land changed his mind at the last minute, so I spent all that money, and there we are. Take care, brother Clay. Thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, you know what? It's so true. He is a dictator. But we should get a bunch of guys with slingshot. Nah, I shouldn't even say that kind of thing. Forget it. Let's just move on. You never know who's watching. But yeah, that dude's got to go. You too, buddy. Take it easy. Our deer license has changed here in my state. Deer are over popular. You can kill 3 does a day. Wow! You're kidding. Man, Have you guys had any issues with CWD down there? I know up here we had a deer farm, I guess around 40 or 50 minute drive from where I live. There was a deer farmer out there that ended up having CWD on his farm from imported deers that he bought from somewhere. I don't know where they were, but he had them all fenced in, and they were supposed to be okay. But one of the deers got sick. They came in and killed 1,600 head of deer that was basically there for meat. Blocked off the area, shut everything down, and then they ended up killing, in a 40-mile radius around ground zero. They ended up pulling something like, there's like 800 deer out of the population, and now every time you get one of those deers, you can hunt that area. They still allow it, but now every time you hunt one of those deers in that area, you have to bring it to a special butcher. You're not allowed to leave the insides there. There's a bunch of things that's kind of messed up. Wow, that's amazing. My home state, we have no bag limits on doe, and it's open deer all season. Doesn't give you a bag number anyway. Where we're at, it's basically you can only shoot bucks for the most part, or you only take bucks, and I believe they do a lottery for does, and they only send out so many. But then they realized that there wasn't many bucks left in the available. So they started to open up more doe licenses to kind of even out the numbers. To me, it doesn't really make sense. If you take one or the other, you should take maybe 75% bucks and 25% or 30% or 40%. I don't know, but it would be better if they made it a little bit more even. Wow, that's amazing. It's kind of interesting. Here in Canada, you can get a license for a bow. You can get a license for a rifle. But nowhere in the literature it says you can't hunt with a slingshot. But it does say you can hunt with a bow, crossbow, or gun. But it doesn't say that you can't hunt with a slingshot. So I was very tempted for a long time just to go and shoot whatever I got with a slingshot, with a small games license in hand and a hunting card with me. And if something happened, I can just say, oh well, where does it say you can't hunt with a slingshot? I've got my license, everything is good. But I don't know. I thought maybe taking the risk might cause a little bit of trouble, so I said forget it. I won't do it. I'll just go to Ontario, which is not far from me anyway. So. Yeah, for us here, I believe we have to have 3 points. It's got to be 3 points aside or a 6-pointer over here to be able to hunt or to take a buck, which kind of sucks because I've seen some spikes that have been pretty close to the same size as a 6-pointer. Yeah, I think. See. Yep, that's the way it is in Texas, but I learned that the weapon isn't mentioned. It's banned. I figured that was the same way here too, but we'll see. But even here, they never even mention that you have to hunt with either one of these 3 items. They never say that. They just don't mention it. So it's kind of like a gray area in my opinion, but it's not worth the trouble that may come out of it. So for me, I would just rather go to Ontario where it is actually legal for the time being, and I'll do what I got to do there. Call it done. I was recently talking to somebody out here. I got to see if I can find him and tell him that I'm not going to be able to make it, but he lives about, oh man, he lives about 8 or 10 hours from me, but he invited me to go up and do some sling hunting with him. But it's a little bit out of the way, and I'm not sure if my car is going to be able to make it all the way down there and back. It might be a little bit risky, so we'll see if I can. Maybe in. Nah, probably not. I just need to go and get my hands on a good spot that I can go hunting and not have to worry about the stupid laws we have here in Quebec, or worry about trespassing on anybody's land. I smoked that one dead center, right on the little red dot right in the middle of everything, and it didn't even flip over. Oh well. Yeah, it would take an absolute turd, but we got a lot of turds here, unfortunately. Is that the Titan Hunter? No, this time I'm actually shooting. I couldn't find my Titan Hunter. I was actually looking for it. This is the Enlivener from Sniper Sling. Absolutely love this frame. Great little shooter. Here, Northeast Slingshots, he writes, I contacted Fish and Game to discuss a law change. I agree with it 100%, and I'm sure that if the people making decisions saw people like us who shoot on a regular basis and can hit targets that size over and over and over again and do all kinds of things, they would be like, oh, sure, go hunt. But the last thing they want is a bunch of casuals just picking up slingshots, going around and injuring a bunch of animals too. So I don't know. It's kind of funny because back here in Quebec, it used to be that when you went for your hunting license, you would have to take a practical and show that you could hit a target up to 40 meters in the kill zone. I believe it's 3 out of 5 shots, or 4 out of 5 shots. I think you had to land, but they don't do that anymore. Now it's like an online course. Poof, there you go. You got your thing, and they're letting everybody get back into it now. If that's the case, I could be an unethical hunting guy too, and just like pump arrows into a giant moose or a deer or something, and just hit him anywhere, and hopefully he'll end up bleeding to death or falling over or can't walk, and then you can pop a couple more into him and kill him, and that's just not cool. But I don't see what the difference is doing that between a slingshot and a bow. I don't get it. So for me, I don't see much of a difference between the two. Obviously, I'm not going to hunt a deer with a slingshot, but shooting birds like partridge or rabbits, even squirrels, illegal to hunt in my area. I'm not allowed to hunt them. Actually, interesting thing, if you're actually hunting small game here in Quebec, in my own province, say if I'm going hunting with a bow, I could actually use wire snares in that case, and it goes along with my license. So I could actually theoretically just go set up a whole bunch of snares for rabbits, and then go back and sit by a campfire somewhere and just drink a couple beers and have a good old time, and then wake up in the morning and go collect my bunnies. I could do that if I wanted to here. 6 squirrels this year up here. Yeah, you know what? I even asked them about that. How come we're not allowed to hunt squirrel with at all? Period. And basically they told me because squirrels plant trees and they hide their nuts around, and it also helps the green the trees and everything kind of grow, and that's why they said you're not allowed to hunt them. Because if they did that too often, then it would cause too much underbrush from all the nuts that they don't store, and from the few that they do store, it would help it grow. So it kind of helps manage the forest, and by saving these one little critter that stores nuts. But I think at the same time, you'd see the same issue with a woodpecker. So I don't know. Seems kind of weird to me. Because squirrel is actually some good eating. Yeah, we're not allowed using sling bows up here either. We can use compounds, and traditional bow, but not that, unfortunately. Anyway, guys, we've been at it for an hour and 43 so far. I'm out of ammo. I think it's time for me to wrap this one up. But thanks a lot for all you guys stopping in. We're going to do this again probably pretty soon. I may not have the time to put out a brand new video, but next time I will grab a cold one and sit down and chat with you guys and do some shooting again. It'll be doing it soon, and as soon as I have some time to start pumping out videos again, I'm going to do so. So thanks a lot for watching. You guys stay safe, get on practice, be good to each other. I'll see you again soon. I love you guys, freaking awesome. Bye for now.